the tasting sequence. The French choreographed the tasting sequence many, many years ago. And we did this with the intent that there is a certain aesthetic and a certain rhythm to the way you imbibe your first pour of the wine for the evening. The sequence starts first with the perch on how you hold a wine glass. Not like this, because this would be water. This would be cognac and brandy, champagne. But for wine, you make a harmless pistol and then slide the pistol down as center of gravity for the goblet and clasp your thumb as the lock. This is the most stable, most aesthetic form and function perch for a wine glass because, as you guessed it, the pistol. Now, once you've got the perch, the som will bring you the cork as soon as he or she opens the bottle. And the first temptation is to smell the cork. You may, but the real value of doing that is to look at the cork, how moist the cork is. The more moist, the better, which means the wine has been in contact with the cork in the way it's been cellared, therefore preventing the drying of the cork and letting oxygens in, which is a good sign. If it's dry, the wine's going to be oxygenated and therefore on borderline vinegar. So examination of the cork. Once the cork is examined, the som will pour you a very tiny pour, just for you as the lead of the table to do the initial review of the wine or the tasting sequence. Again, perch, the twirl to oxygenate the wine, the visual to look for color, the filament, which is on the top of the wine, to see if it's an old wine and if it's showing some oak, and or if it's showing legs, as in glycerine levels in the wine, if it's a very fat and unctuous wine, all captured in the visual. Second, twirl again. Olfactory is when you take in the bouquet and you say something esoteric to describe your bouquet notes. And finally, degustation is when you take a little into your mouth. What I did was use my tongue like a blender, like a blade in a blender, and shoot the wine to the palate, the roof of the palate, to the tip of my tongue, and to the rest of my mouth to get the entire flavor profile, capturing every nerve ending that's embedded there to send signals to my brain telling me what kind of a wine do I like the wine and how much I enjoy it. As I'm drinking and finishing off the wine, I still have some nerve endings right near the gullet, which retronasally profiles the wine, retronasal profiling. And that's one to determine if the wine has finish, if it has legs, and better still if it has length. And this is when you know that it's a fine wine that has a sustained finish.